Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So, welcome to another Market Open stream. Today, of course, we got to talk about this major catalyst that will send Bitcoin to the moon. But not just Bitcoin. Solana and its ecosystem are also going to the moon. A couple big announcements out of the Solana ecosystem. So, let's talk about all these things and more. Let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. The market bell has just rung. Looking in the chat, there are still some people that don't understand that this show starts at 8:30 every single day. 8:30. Get that in your head. Anyways, the market bell rung. U.S. markets have not been doing that well. Dow futures slide for fourth day. Today, it may come back up, but the U.S. market is looking pretty darn bad. That's why more and more people are turning to Bitcoin. Now, this morning, Bitcoin came down a little bit, slightly from our, 43.8 level, but it looks like we're going right back up. It's taking a little breather. But more and more people are starting to pay attention that Bitcoin is what you want your money in, okay? Not equities right now, certainly not bonds. You want to put your money into Bitcoin and crypto, especially when an ETF is right around the corner. There are sources. There is always a lot of details, and sources, but right now, there are key people working within BlackRock, ARK, Invesco, and others, Grayscale. They are in advanced talks with the SEC, and the sources are saying this is going to happen soon. Very, very soon. So you definitely don't want to miss out on this monumental occasion. For the first time in history, we will see some spot Bitcoin ETFs, and you could argue the first time in history when real institutional money will be flowing in. Okay, we're talking about trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars. Okay, trillions, not just billions, trillions will be flowing in, and this is right around the corner. Now, this is kind of interesting. If you're looking at a HODL wave and you measure the holders, the 2020 holders, the 2020, 2021, and then, crypto winter 2022 and so forth, right? Those are actually the strongest holders. If you look at, this is a little hard to read, but that light green, you see how the big light green on the top? That's the number of holders from 3 to 5 years ago. So approximately that 2020 time, right? And you could see, man, very, very strong. Actually, it's actually the 2 to 3 years, not the 3 to 5. 3 to 5 years is actually the deeper green. It's the 2 to 3 years. So those of you guys that came into this space right during the last bull run in 2021, right? You guys are actually the strongest holders. Most of the HODL wave is comprised of people from 2 to 3 years ago. And it kind of makes sense because most of you guys started watching me and started to understand that Bitcoin is meant to be held and not traded. I was kidding about that. I don't know if most people were watching me, but you guys get my point. More and more people started to learn about inflation, about all the bad macro stuff. And people started learning more about Bitcoin. That's why their conviction and faith in Bitcoin is so strong. That's awesome. Interesting fact. Interesting fact. What else is interesting? Well, 50,000 right around the corner. Considering that we're at 44,000, 50,000 is not so far-fetched. If Bitcoin was at 16,000 right now, and I said, well, we're going to end the year at 50,000, then it would be far-fetched. But considering we're at 44,000 and we're ready to make the next leg up to 48, 50,000 in early 2024 is nothing. I argue 50,000 before the end of December, especially when spot ETFs will probably be improved in the first week of January. So that's definitely going to help drive prices upwards. But Crypto Quan is saying early 2024, due to network activity and the number of people in profit. Network activity is skyrocketing. People in profit skyrocketing. Over 91% of you guys are in the green already simply by holding Bitcoin. That's it. Holding it. You didn't even have to DCA. If you're DCAing, of course, you are already in the green. So 50,000 early 2020, that's nothing. That's coming up in short order. And here's the thing. That's kind of like, according to some, that's like the final hurdle. Okay? That's the point we're supposed to be at before, or the point we're supposed to hit at least, and be around when the halving event occurs. Because traditionally, that's an important Fibonacci level, and historically speaking, previous times after halving event, that's where Bitcoin ends up. But we have accelerated our ascent already. So if we're hitting 50,000 by the end of December, I was just thinking this out loud yesterday. We could be at all-time high by halving event already, especially if spot ETFs gets approved. Is it unreasonable to think that we're just going to go up 20,000 between January and April? In fact, if you think about it, that's a little bit too conservative. The way we're going right now, we're adding like 10,000 points at least every month. So if we end the year at 50,000 and we got 4 months until the halving event, and you got spot Bitcoin ETFs, 70,000 as a guess for the halving event is actually very conservative. We should be more like 90 or 100,000. We may be 100,000 by the halving event. And then imagine where we will end up by the end of 2024. Man, if you're not in crypto right now, you are going to miss out on some life-changing wealth. I mean, honestly, there are so many people out there that are still not paying attention, that have no interest in Bitcoin and crypto. This is the most exciting time, like, to get in, like, right now before 2024 hits and before 2025 hits. It's going to be so crazy. You're going to be filled with regret later on, knowing that you could have gotten right now had you been watching me. Something else that's very positive for the very first time, a golden cross is going to happen. Yes, a golden cross on the weekly. According to Mags, this has never, ever, ever happened in Bitcoin's history. We had a few things that never, ever happened before, like Bitcoin breaking below the 200 moving average, but then we broke above it, and now we're getting that huge golden cross, which is, of course, a big catalyst. That is fantastic. We just got so many fantastic things, guys. I don't know if you've been paying attention, okay? Hopefully you have been, because there's a lot of fantastic things from a TA perspective. That looks like a very, very bullish flag that's forming right now, okay? And that's going to drive us to where? 48,000 next. And then we're at 48,000. Is 50,000 far-fetched? No. That is what it's looking like. We're about to break out once again. Even from a technical perspective, it's looking pretty darn good. And the final point about Bitcoin is this. There is this Mr. 4 million. That's his new name. Someone that's been buying $4 million worth of Bitcoin every single day. Think about that, being able to buy $4 million worth of Bitcoin every single day. This might be Michael Saylor's personal account. You know, we always talk about Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy and what they're doing. You know, years ago, he already admitted he had like 20,000 something Bitcoin himself. This could be his DCA account. He's just adding $4 million every single day now. We don't know. Or maybe it's Larry Fink's account. It's someone's account. Someone is buying $4 million worth of Bitcoin. That's a lot. I wish I could buy $4 million Bitcoin every single day. All right, so that's Bitcoin. The next one I'll talk about actually the whole ecosystem a little bit. Solana is coming up. Despite Bitcoin taking a breather today, a lot are still going upwards, which is good. But Solana is back up, $64, mid-60s. There's several reasons why I believe. First of all, Robinhood expands to the EU, which is fantastic. A lot of people use Robinhood in the US, right? Now, maybe a lot of people will be using Robinhood in the EU. But they opened up Bitcoin, ETH, and guess what? Solana. So maybe that's what kind of helped it go up a little bit today. But overall, Solana, we know, has been surging already. One of the best performers of this year, especially being a big cap. A lot of people think that Solana could be right behind Ethereum by the end of this cycle. They're already at number 6. They're ready to flip XRP and BNB. And, you know, if they're at number 4, then it's not so far-fetched to be at number 3, although number 3 and 4, there's a big gap there, right? A lot of people think that Solana will go upwards, and right now, they're making all the right moves. Their DeFi network activity is going up to the moon, okay, which is awesome. And if you look at DeFi Lima, which measures the TVL of all the chains out there, Solana is now sitting pretty at number 8. Solana used to be very far down the list, but now they are gaining momentum. 700 million TVL right behind Avalanche. So they are doing well, and it's mostly due to one new project. If you click into Solana, you'll see that there is a new project called Jito. Yeah, I think it's Jito. Not ghetto. Jito liquid staking that holds 405 million TVL. So this is actually a brand new one that I want to talk about because they actually are going to be airdropping today. You could see JTO airdrop claims open December 7th. Today, that's like in a couple hours, you can actually claim your airdrop. But what is Jito? MVV Power Staking Rewards. They are a liquid provider, which basically means you can stake your Solana, get some juicy APY, 7%, okay? And they give you a synthetic Solana that you can use for other purposes. So I believe that APY is higher than what even Solana offers. And the reason why they can offer more than Solana is because they're taking advantage of MEV. What is MEV? Hard to say. Basically, there are certain stakers, okay, that have MEV turned on, which means that they can actually pick and choose which transactions they want to process first. Because there are some people that pay a little bit more gas fees to make their transaction go faster, right? So basically, Jito is taking that and putting it into a pool and giving it back to people that are staking. So that's how they're able to do it, okay? And they have a whole bunch in here. So, and even if you're not interested in that, just know that liquid staking is a huge thing. Look at how big Rocket Pool is or Lido is. They are absolutely massive, especially Lido. They're like, what are they? They're like multi-billions. So liquid staking, yeah, right here, 2 billion, right? So now you have something equivalent within the Solana ecosystem, and there's a lot of people using it already, 68,000 people to be exact. And they are airdropping today. It's probably too late to claim. Most likely you would have had to use this system for a while to be able to claim. But I was checking on CMC and CoinGecko. I'm like, why is there no price on a token? It turns out they're being airdropped today, so we'll see how big they are afterwards. But this could be a huge potential after they get listed, you know, to see what their value is at. Their overall market cap, if relatively low, could be a pretty good pickup. Could be a pretty good pickup. And in case you're wondering, yeah, they already got the support from Coinbase. Coinbase effect is real. Coinbase now lists ERC20 tokens, Ethereum-based tokens, and Solana tokens. So now a lot of these Solana coins, right? They have the chance of being listed. Coinbase has not really listed any other chains. Like you don't see a lot of like Avalanche stuff being listed or Cosmos stuff being listed. Although some, but like primarily they're concentrating on ERC20 stuff and Solana. So Jito is already going to be listed on Solana. And Binance, I think, already said that they're going to list support for them as well. So it's going to be absolutely huge when it comes out. But we'll see. But it's not just them that Coinbase may be considering. Okay? There is one other one. And that's Bonk. Bonk is going bonkers right now. Okay? Bonk, I've been saying, I feel left out. I remember looking at Bonk when it was like sub 100 million. And now today it's at 552 million, up 30% once again. It just keeps on going up. Now, why is it going up? Well, it's a meme coin. There's really no reason. People just love it. And this is also, I think, a big driver of why Solana is going up, because most people are using Radium to buy it, right? But there are, of course, a lot of people going on to Sexes too. But they are going up and up and up and up. And why is that? Well, it's because there are rumors. People are studying things, and they think that Bonk is going to get listed on Coinbase soon. There's like a token transfer, right? Although, who knows? The token transfer could be to a number of different places, but people are trying to put a one-to-one. It's gotten to the critical mass point where, yeah, Coinbase listing Bonk would not be unreasonable because they are above $500 million, okay? I'll just say this. I'm probably going to end up buying some Bonk. I don't have any right now. I'm probably going to buy it, and here's why. If Bonk, and I will make this bold prediction, if Bonk gets listed on Coinbase, it will become the next sheep. Okay? You heard it here first. Well, probably not. I didn't say that first. But I'm going to say it. If Bonk gets listed on Coinbase, it will become a multi-billion-dollar market cap coin in short order. And it may even surpass SHIB because these days, not a whole lot of people paying attention to SHIB. It seems like all the momentum has been sucked out of SHIB. Everyone wants something new. Everyone wants something that's going to be faster moving and gives them 100x, right? And that's why Doge and SHIB really hasn't been moving. And I think Bonk will do that if they get listed on Coinbase. And if they get listed on Coinbase, guess what? They're going to get listed everywhere else. Binance, Coinbase, OKX, all the big players are going to list them. And then watch, they'll be at like 2, 3, 4, 5 billion in no time. Where is SHIB? Let's look at SHIB. SHIB is at 5.6 billion. That's still a 10x. I don't know. I'm just going to throw it out there. If they get listed. Now, if this is total rumor and they're not getting listed, they'll still do well, but not nearly as well what I just said, right? But that Coinbase effect, it plays a huge part, and mostly because when retail players want to come in and FOMO, where do they go? Number one place is Coinbase. Everyone just shoots to Coinbase to look for something, and if they don't find it, they usually get turned off. But if they do find it, what do? They just buy in masses. So that's it. But I do want to point this out. If you're sick of dog coins, then look at Snek. Because Snek is closing in at 50 million. It's up another 23%, 24%, and they're still cheap. They could go up 10x just to reach Bonk, right? So think about that. And they are the biggest meme on Cardano. And Cardano guys are even more loyal than Solana guys. That's for certain. So if you want something that's a little bit cheaper, that has a great community, and I have talked with the team before, right? They are hardcore Cardano guys. They're not pump and dumpers. Okay, they stuck with it. They have huge visions, and they're not going away anytime soon. So just to throw it out there, Snek could be a really good, viable alternative to Bonk, although Bonk itself could be going to the moon if they get a Coinbase listing. All right. that is pretty much it. Overall today, Bitcoin is coming up a little bit. I did throw a 10x on Celestia last night, looking pretty good. Up 43%, up 44%, not too bad. My Bitcoin 20x is still up 400%, despite the fact that we came down a little bit. No one noticed. ADA is up 200. Solana having a good day today, up 200%. So looking good in my DGen leverage portfolio here. Too bad there's no. Oh, there is a bonk. I don't dare to play bonk. This is, if you play leverage with a meme coin, you're probably going to get wrecked. So I don't know if that's a good idea. But bonk is just so strong right now. All right, let's yeah, this would be a horrible time to be buying bonk. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let me scroll up. Let's see if I'm missing anything. A lot of people talking about bonk going crazy. Yup. You know what else is going crazy? And I hate to keep, mentioning it because it seems like I'm like hardcore shilling it, but it's hard to not pay attention. DeFi Kingdoms. Since I talked about DeFi Kingdoms, it's up 500%. No, 400%. DeFi Kingdom's up a whopping 41% today. Yesterday in my DCA portfolio, I added some Snek and DeFi Kingdoms, right? And they both went up crazily. So if you're still not paying attention to Jewel and DeFi Kingdoms, you should, because now people are waking up to it. When I covered them like just a week ago, they were at 10 million market cap. And then it got people thinking, okay, this is actually a game, not a DeFi play. And they actually have a lot going on, right? Now they are going nuts. But still, nuts is, only got them to 35 million market cap. They are still, at their peak, they were at above 1 billion. Just think about that. So just want to give a shout out to them as well. Press O'Neill asked, do you think liquid staking is safe? I always thought there's a huge chance that some BS could happen, either by depegging or losing access to the actual token. Am I missing something? It can happen, but is it likely to happen? No. I mean, unless it's just a really shady project and they have a vulnerability and get hacked, most of it is just controlled by smart contracts. So it's not like it could be a rug pull or anything, although there's always a possibility. But for the most part, liquid staking providers like Lido and Rocket Pool, at least within the ETH ecosystem, has been pretty solid. Even Coinbase itself offers liquid staking on ETH. So they have a synthetic ETH that they give you. So it's not a new concept, but for some of these other ecosystems, kind of new. Jito, we'll see. When it launches, it could be huge because Coinbase and Binance are both behind this project. So it'll be interesting to see how the airdrop works out. Hosky fan. Don't sleep by Snek and Hosky. I think Snek is still small enough and they have a very vibrant community. So that's gonna be huge in this cycle. London Cabby, new member, welcome. I don't have any bonk. Jumping in right now will be crazy after 30% jump. Would you, or wait until it comes down? You know, sometimes with these, yes, you should always wait for it to come down, but sometimes they just don't come down. I mean, bonk has not come down in an entire week up 160% and an entire month up 1,000%. Just in 1 month. It did a 10x in 1 month. You know, it never slowed down, right? If you're gonna play with leverage, you want to let this slow down, right? You know, like if you put a 20x here and it goes down here, you're getting liquidated. Even like this, you're getting liquidated, right? But if you're just buying in for long-term hold, Lazaro, then you're fine with these dips. But still, you know, it's just going crazy right now. Like if I threw a 10x at bonk right here, it's almost guaranteed to be liquidated. But, you know, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it for fun, all right? So don't copy this trade because it's very stupid. Let's throw $100. Let's do a 20x. Let's do a 15x. I'm going to add a stop loss, 50%. This is a really stupid play, but I'm just doing it just to prove a point. But yeah, I mean, if you're holding a long term, then the small fluctuations doesn't really mean anything. Well, with ETH, Bran asks, will ETH ever explode to the moon? It will. I mean, probably not to the moon that you would like. I would say ETH probably tops out 10, 15,000 this cycle, depending on how high Bitcoin goes. But 10 to 15 definitely could happen. Well, Bitcoin's coming back up. We may be retesting that 44,000 mark. I mean, 45.3, I think it's the next stop point. Right, we've been kind of stuck here, but I honestly think that will be a true resistance right there. We'll probably go shoot up somewhere like this, and then we may end the year there, but maybe not, and then we get pushed upwards to 48,000. Is it okay to do a 50x long on Sol? No, you will get liquidated for sure. Hey, I'm in the green here. Yeah, Snek is doing good. DeFi is doing good. Everything's doing good. Doge is not doing good. Doge and She both are kind of down. You know, that's the thing. That's why I made my bold prediction. If Bonk gets listed on Coinbase, it's going to be the next sheep. It's setting itself to be the next sheep right now. Pepe, you know, because here's the thing. I saw someone ask, why isn't Pepe being listed on Coinbase? Right? I think they paid attention to what happened to, you know, the founders. A couple founders supposedly hacked the code and took their share away or whatever, right? That's not something Coinbase wants to deal with. The SEC can say, how could you list something like Pepe knowing that, you know, some of the founders were able to hack the code and take a whole bunch of Pepe? So that could prevent them from being listed. Although I think Pepe was listed on Gemini already. So I don't know. Maybe they're just waiting. Maybe they're waiting until they get to a billion once again. I don't know. They're already listed on Binance, of course, and Gemini. But if Pepe gets listed on Coinbase, it's going to be the same thing. I mean, they're about the same. Pepe and Bonk is about the same market price now. So they will become the next. They will become the next sheep. Where is it? I just passed them up. Yeah, 610 versus 552. They're about even. All right. So how come it doesn't show up here? Oh man, CMC is purposely not showing Bonk because it should be right here. It should be like Pepe and Bonk right here, and Bonk is not being shown on the top 100, which is kind of weird. Yeah, but when Sheep got listed, it was already at peak. New England Patriots. We are nowhere close to peak right now. Sheep went crazy in 2021. It went, I talked to someone that said that had they kept their Sheep bag, they would have like $500 million or something like that. And they didn't. They sold out. They went like 100,000x in 2021. So by the time it got listed, it was already huge towards the peak. But now we're not even in 2024 yet. If it gets listed, I think it's going to be just enormously huge. I'm surprised I'm not liquidated by this yet. Big time has been going up and down, up and down, up and down. Look at it. It peaked out almost $1, and then like this. Like, see, if you're playing with leverage, anything like this will liquidate you. It almost makes me think that the exchanges are doing it on purpose to liquidate people. No matter what, even a 5x can't withstand this, I don't think. Maybe it could, but like a 10x, you're done. 20x over. By the time it gets here, you're already done. But now it's coming up in a big way. 1 hour, okay. 4 hour looks pretty good. Big time could be a good play right now. I'm gonna do a 10x on big time. I only got $66 left in here, so I'm just gonna play at $66. Add a 50% stop loss. TIA, Celestia from last night, up 64%. That's not bad. It looked like it bottomed last night. Big time is 177 million, still relatively small. Let's check out Vulcan. They were like neck and neck, Vulcan and big time. And then where's Gala? Gala is still way big, way bigger, way bigger. Pedro, welcome. I got smacked with big time, bought at 90 cents, 10x. I told you, like, sometimes it just like things happen and it just liquidates you really fast. But right now, Bitcoin is on the uprise, which is awesome. So we're probably going to get to 44 again. And then let's see if we, I didn't draw a line, but it seems like right here, maybe. Yeah, like right around 44,000. I don't really need to draw it. I feel like we're gonna be at 45.3. We're go press against this soon. I jumped in Bonk last night. Those of you guys that jumped in Bonk, congratulations. I regret not getting in at like 100 million or sub 100 million. Had all the time in the world. Can you do a fantasy crypto draft pick for what you think will be the top 10 in each category? Oh, that's tough. I may do that for my Patreon members, though. You know, that's not a bad idea, but probably go save that kind of alpha for my Patreon members and probably YouTube members. But, you know, in case you guys haven't checked out the newsletters, the free ones from Hodler's Herald, you should, because they're so fantastic. And the ones in Patreon are even better. Why is AMP pumping 48% last 24 hours? No idea. I have no clue what's happening with AMP anymore. Last time I checked their website, I didn't even recognize them. So I'm just going to say it's just a random pump. I wonder, last night I checked out Helium after they did their 80% pump. Yeah, they came down a little bit, but they're still strong. They're still very strong. Avalanche have a meme coin. Someone showed me a dog coin on Avalanche. It didn't move at all. It didn't move. So I don't even think it's a meme coin. Like, there needs to be a really good, I'm giving like $1 billion idea to whoever could do it successfully. If there's a really catchy and cool meme on Avalanche, it's going to take off. It's going to take off. So, but someone has to put the work into it. A lot of people have been talking about Myro, but, you know, Bonk is where the attention is at right now. But maybe Myro has a chance. Well, considering it's down 4% and barely up the last 7 days. Where is it? 121, okay. But it's at 28 million. It has a shot, but it should be moving more than that. Again, I think all the money's in Bonk right now in Solana. But we'll keep an eye on this. If this starts passing like 40, 50 million, then it could be a real thing. But right now, I mean, when Bonk is going up 37% in a day, this is where the money's in. Any idea why XRP is so weak? No, I don't. I don't know where the XRP army has gone to. It seems like they've gone to Solana or somewhere else because they should have pumped a lot more than they have. And I don't know. They won some major lawsuits. You figure they should be skyrocketing. They haven't. Did I get liquidated on Bonk? No. 22% down. Big time down 26%. What's wrong with big time? It just looked like it was good. And then now it's not doing so good. It just peaked. Now it's coming down. Oh boy. Well, that just canceled 50%. So I lost $30 on that trade. I told you guys, it happens, right? But I'm surprised. I thought I would get closed out by Bonk first before big time, and somehow that didn't happen. This actually might be a good play if it could go back into the green. Skipping stones as I dumped my XRP yesterday, so it should start going up. Never put a stop loss. It's like putting a target on your, you know what? It's actually kind of true. You know, a lot of times I do that. I noticed that, you know, it would just drop to the point where stop loss is, and then it goes right back up, like almost every single time. It seems like they're doing it on purpose. It's okay. The other ones are carrying my losses. That's how it is with my other portfolio too, where I'm much bigger degen. The few wins always carries the losses. Cadena is due a massive pump. No. No, it's not. I'm telling you guys, every single session, someone's like, are you still bullish on Cadena? I don't know how many times I say no until people stop asking me. I'm not bullish on Cadena anymore. Too much happened. There's this whole thing with CADX, which was their biggest partner. They got sued. There's some kind of insider trading thing that happened. And now you got a new CADX and an old CADX, you know, left and right. And all the people that were on Cadena basically said that they were not proactive. They weren't doing anything. The team is hard to get a hold of. They hired a new marketing guy. I don't know if the marketing guy's going to do anything because I talked to him and he's like, oh, I'm, you know, two weeks in. I'm like, okay, you know, then what's the point of talking? I'm not on that bandwagon anymore until they prove otherwise, right? Like they really change how they communicate, how they deal with their own dApp makers, their own community. Everyone rallies behind them. That's just not the thing. It's like there's a lot of projects I speak to where I talk to the leadership. I could sense, you know, their passion, right? And I could sense the community's passion. And that's how I know that they will make it. But I don't get that from Cadena. AI pad? Why does that sound so familiar? Not looking good. No, really not looking good. So, no. A lot of people asking about JTO, Jito. Airdrop is in like 1 hour. So if you've been using it, you're going to get airdropped. In fact, my team just reminded me that this was talked about in Patreon a month ago. So you could have gotten the insight on this if you were a Patreon member. But after this gets airdropped, they will get listed on Coinbase. Someone already said there's like a pre-listing already. And then Binance will list them too. So this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. I'm really curious to see what they get listed at, what their market cap size is. If it's under 100 million, I'll be very surprised. Very, very surprised. If it's under 100 million, it could be a good pickup. But who knows? Maybe it like launches at like 500 million, then it's a little too early. I mean, too late, not early. WSI, we send it. What a stupid name. Sorry, I'm not gonna look at that just due to the name. Someone asked, Pedro asked, someone asked about medieval empires before. It's too new. I don't know enough about it to give you an opinion. TIA is pumping. Yeah. TIA, probably the hottest L1 within the last few months. 350%. They're the biggest one out of Cosmos now. My leverage play from yesterday is looking pretty good. Up 60%. And my Bonk is still not liquidated or stop lost, which is actually quite amazing. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's... The thing is, I hate to hype it up so much because they're just so new. They don't have TVL. They don't have a lot of stuff. They just have the momentum. Right? Being listed on Coinbase, on Binance, if you get listed on both of these, you're guaranteed to go up. Like, both of these effects compounded is astronomical. It's like, you know, if you're like a nerd and you're into Dragon Ball, it's like Kaioken on top of Super Saiyan. Or Kaioken on top of Super Saiyan God, right? It's like that. Because either one will give you the pump effect. And when you get both, you just get pumped to the moon. So, yeah, I mean, but, you know, sometimes you just got to ride the wave. Right? Sometimes you just know it's going to go higher. I just think Celestia is going to go higher. I just wish Cosmos would follow it. I mean, Cosmos, like... Because their SDK and their Cosmo, WASM, their language, right? They make it possible for all these other L1s to exist. And they're not really seeing the benefit because none of these really need to use Atom for anything. They don't need to use Atom for gas. They don't need to use Atom for anything. If they developed it where all these L1s needed to use Atom for gas, for example, Cosmos will be in the top 10, maybe even the top 5. But because they don't need, you don't need anything. You don't need anything you don't need to do anything with the Atom token itself. That's why it has been helping Cosmos. Oh, man. There's a double-digit gains right there. Whoa. 12%. 16%. M7, I appreciate that. Gaia, for TVs, can you, like, stop spamming the same thing? And by the way, if you do @cryptos or us, that makes me less likely to answer you, because I hate people that keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. I am familiar with them. I've been waiting 3 years for them to finish. They've been selling land. They came out with some other project that I was familiar with. I forgot what they're called. I'll look at them eventually. Do you still have 401k from your old job? No, I cashed it out. I took that 20% hit. There's no point in leaving money in there. Short and long banger. Snek will flip Sheeb and Bonk and flip Doge. I don't know about that. That's a little exaggeration there. I will say Snek, I have a large bag now and probably going to be adding more to the bag. I would say they have a really good shot of going upwards. Their community is very strong indeed. And the founders are hardcore Cardano guys. And, you know, when you have a really strong community, that means the world. So they could be a really good play Just throwing that out there. But, you know, not to discount Bonk. Bonk is still a good play. It's just too, the upside is more limited. But again, they get listed on Coinbase and, you know, and Binance. I don't know. They may be on Binance, right? No, I don't think they're on Binance. But if they get listed on Coinbase and Binance, I mean, this will be the next sheep, almost guaranteed. I just talked about Snek. Justin, thank you. Did I cancel my Cybertruck? No, I kept it. You know what I want to cancel? I have a Rivian reservation, and they keep sending me emails. Your Rivian's ready. And I keep replying to those emails. I want to cancel it, get my $1,000 back. They don't make it so you can cancel it. Like, you go into your account page, you figure there's a link somewhere that says I want to cancel and get my money back. They don't put it, and there's no number to call. I don't know how to get my Rivian money back. It's a really bad system. I don't know. Man, Bitcoin is still doing well. What wallet? What's the one? It's on my other computer. NAMI, that's what it is. NAMI wallet for Cardano. It's like a lightweight browser wallet. That seems to be the best one. No, it is refundable. It says it's a refundable until you claim it. And I'm not claiming my car. So it is refundable. Oh man, 15%. Oh man, 20%. I'm just gonna leave it. Let's see what happens tonight. It's either gonna get stop loss or it's gonna be at like 200% tonight. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. Overall, Bitcoin is still strong as ever. That doesn't change. We're about to form a golden cross on the weekly, which is absolutely fantastic. Solana is getting stronger. No surprise there. But watch out today. Jito gets listed. This could be a big opportunity. If you're getting your airdropped coins, you're probably going to be making a boatload of money. But with Coinbase listing them soon afterwards, let's see where they will be. But it could be a very promising play as a liquid staking play for Solana. And keep your eyes on Bonk. Bonk and Bonk some more. All right, guys. You could cancel a pre-order reservation from the bottom of the pre-order detail page or reaching out to the customer engagement center. Do you work, Tig, do you work for Rivian? That was way too professional of an answer. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that, Tig. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.